What's up, guys? Coach Mike here with Chase Whitmer at Fighter MMA. Chase, how long have you been training for, man?
Training, almost just about 6 years. Just about 6 years. All my training's been done at this gym. This is the first gym I walked into, and it's a gym that I'm currently at now.
That's awesome. I remember started the night classes at 6 p.m., right? With the striking, and then did jiu-jitsu at 7 o'clock. And you would do back-to-backs in the beginning. I mean, you're still doing the back-to-backs. But how much do you train? From when you started, it was like twice, right? Like a couple classes a night?
Yeah.
And now how much do you think you train, like per day, average, hours-wise?
When I first started, I trained. I think I first started training just kickboxing.
Okay.
It was 6 p.m. class, just kickboxing, just to kind of. I had no martial arts experience when I came here at all. I didn't wrestle. I didn't really. Yeah, I played some sports, but I didn't really do any martial arts. I haven't done any martial arts before, so I started off just with that. And then eventually I started doing the back-to-back classes because I got interested in grappling as well, in hopes of like doing MMA one day.
Yeah.
And then now, each day, I mean, probably like, I don't know, maybe like at least a couple hours.
Bro, first of all, that's an understatement. I know the answer to these questions because I train with you every day, but the reality is that you train at least 1, 2, 3, 4 hours a day, I'd say, on average. But maybe some days with 3 hours, some days with maybe 1 or 2 days with 2 hours here and there. But on average, like Monday and Wednesday, for sure you're doing 4 hours, at least.
Yeah.
At least, maybe 4.5.
Tuesday is like a little bit, we'll do like sparring earlier on, and then I'll just come back and do one striking at night.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday, kind of like pick it back up
a
little bit. And then Thursday is kind of like a chill day. I feel like my body is like kind of like, I'll train in the afternoon, and then my body's like, okay, I need like some time to let my body recover so I can perform, like in hopes of performing better in sparring the next day. I used to actually not do that. I used to spar
on Thursday.
Yeah, I used to train more. Yeah, so I kind of toned it back a little bit. I used to spar and then try to come spar again and be like, why am I tired?
No, I feel like a lot of people have to go through that. Like you kind of push a little too hard at first. I mean, don't get me wrong, some people don't push hard enough, but with you, I noticed the consistency has been there for 6 years. Your skill level has skyrocketed. You're definitely a guy that I point out in the gym to the class with anyone who's like, I want to fight. I'm like, maybe you want to fight, but like, do you want to fight like that dude wants to fight or whatever? And it's not that they have to or that that's necessary, but it's an example of like what, in my opinion, is a recipe for like world championship. I think that you need to be devoted in that way to any craft to really get the most out of it. That being said, I think you're way more devoted than I am. Just being real. I got a lot of time ahead of you, but man, you're closing that gap fast.
I don't know, man.
I know.
I don't agree.
No, for sure. So, what got you into the gym in the first place?
To Subfighter?
Yeah, Subfighter. What got you training at all? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was always a fan of MMA. I always watched MMA. And I remember one time I just realized, like, I was like, dude, I should, am I going to just, like, forever think, like, oh, yeah, I could have done that, or, like, should I actually try it? Like, and I never had any hopes of, like, or, like, I mean, I never, like, thought, like, yeah, I'm going to go on and fight. I was like, I just want to learn this. I want to be good at that. That would be sick to be good at that. And I was like, am I going to, whatever, you're just going to say it, or are you going to go do it, you know?
Right.
Like, and I was like, shit, all right. Talking to my brother about it, and he's like, dude, just go do it. Just go try it out. And he's actually the one that told me about Subfighter. At the time, I lived right here in Laguna Hills, like just right off of Alicia. Mm-hmm. I lived right there, and he suggested this gym. He said it was close, and he said they had good fighters there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He mentioned. I think he mentioned you. He did mention you. Yeah. He said that it was like a gym that actually trained fighters. So I was like, okay, cool. Sounds like they like, you know, if they're training fighters, they know what they're doing. I'll go check it out.
For sure.
Yeah. that's how I found out about this gym.
I still think it's wild that someone outside of like the fight world knew who I was. You know what I mean? I know like I fought a bunch. Don't get me wrong, but like, don't no one know who Mike Segura is? No one cares who Mike Segura is. Like, except for my mom. Hi, mom. And my wife and stuff. Like, no, but it's funny. That's cool that your brother knew that. You know, I mean, he must have gone to some fights or something and saw me somewhere.
Yeah, we did. We went to a lot of fights, dude. We went to like Strike Force fights. We went to like
Way back.
we went to that one in I forgot what it was. I think it was maybe a Bellator in at UCI. It was actually like a free
Yes.
event. Yeah, we went there. Me and my buddy and my brother went there. This is before all I did. Before I trained MMA. You know.
Yeah.
We were always into it. Like that's sick. That looks sick to do that. Never. You know.
I don't know if it's the same one, but I know that Justin Governor competed at the UCI at the Brent. Is it the Brent Center? Whatever it is that on UCI campus.
I'm pretty sure they only had like one of those.
Sure
Yeah.
it could have been there. He beat his opponent by Kimura and then elbows. He was like in a crucifix and he's elbowing the shit out of him. Shout out to
sick.
Justin Governor. Yeah, it was sick, dude. Your first jiu-jitsu coach, right? Or was that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Governor was running that
Yeah.
classes. He was a trip.
Super chill dude.
Super chill,
yeah.
funny as hell. Now he's a stand-up comic also, as well as still fighting, and you know he's a Marine and all that. But he's doing stand-up comedy now, dude. I guess he's funny to some people. It's not my kind of humor. No, just kidding. He's fantastic. Okay, so you checking out all this stuff. You get in the gym. You're devoted for 6 years. Like, what's the goal?
Yeah, just for all this,
Yeah, for like what are you taking it?
as far as I'll go, as far as I can. That's the goal is never like, I don't know. My goal is like, it's never like a set goal. Like, I guess it's just to better myself, better myself. Go as far as I can. Like
Okay.
like the goal. Like I said, like when I first came here, the goal wasn't it wasn't even to fight, you know. It was just like, that looks sick, like maybe this, like, oh, I just want to get good at this. I want to better myself, get better at this, you know.
Right.
And then I don't know, just that's the goal every day for me. Just get better myself, maybe in martial arts, maybe just as a person, you know, but better myself. And I love this. Like, I've never, like, I skated as a kid. That was like something I loved. I loved that. I would bring my board to school, go to school, skate all day after school, get tired, go to sleep, do it again. That was what I loved. And then once I found this, I was like, oh shit, this is like, it kind of reminds me of skating in a weird way.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I'm fighting orthodox and like now I go southpaw. It's like when you skate normal, then you like skate switch, and it's just like there's endless, almost endless possibilities. So I was always like, that's what like kind of also intrigued me, you know. And then I stopped skating, and then I found this, and it's like I haven't found nothing else that I like as much as this. So as far as I'll go, you know, as far as I can.
No, I totally get that, and I think you're gonna go really far. I'm gonna probably misquote Adam here, but I remember he was saying something about the same thing with skateboarding. He's like, he'd like to skate during fight camps because he would like fall onto the ground and his body would just be like strong. You know what I mean? He just felt like he was invincible because like if he could take that, then the fight's no problem, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a rough sport. Skating is a rough ass sport. If you watch those guys, like the ones who are going for it, they take some spills. It's pretty. I guess it's pretty comparable. You know, I think about like surfing too. It's like trying to find your balance in the wave, because the wave will jack you up, and if you got to try and find a way to survive and swim through that. I'm not good at skating or surfing, but you know, I get mine in fighting. All right, no, I like that. I obviously, like I said, like I think that you're gonna go quite a long way, and I think what you said about the habits, those little getting better every day, it's almost like a recurring theme that keeps popping up in all the stuff that I read and look at. It's like humans need to continually get better. Maybe not need, but it'll help your life. If you're continually trying to get better and just with like small attainable things, like just getting better at kicking one day or punching one day, it doesn't seem like much. It doesn't seem like a lot. And all of a sudden, you're a lot better. And it just adds up over time. You know, from when you started to 6 years, like, God, man, you are a killer now. A killer, and it's just those incremental growths. Kobe Bryant said it, just getting up an hour earlier, getting an extra workout in a year, that's 365 extra hours of work that he has than someone else. he might not have said exactly like that, but you know what I'm saying. Like if it's however much you do, 5 days a week, whatever, you do the math. I'm not good at it. But the shit adds up. It really adds up.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying with you. Like I look at you as like that type of guy, like the Kobe Bryant-esque, in the sense of like you are willing to put in those extra hours, wake up early, go run, go do whatever on the off time when you're not training. You still show up to training and give it your all. So I think that's what sets you apart from so many guys who started 6 years ago. I think that you are. Basically, this whole thing's about me just giving Chase mad props, but I do give him mad props, man, because like that level of commitment is hard to find, it's hard to sustain, and you're still doing it. So I mean, I think that's pretty cool. Tell me about your last fight, if you don't mind.
No, for sure, of course. It was a good experience, great experience. Of course, it was my second pro fight. Unfortunately, I didn't get the nod. It was I say it was a good experience because it was a lot of cage time for me. I think before that, my first pro fight was only like a little over 3 minutes, and then in the amateurs, it was like what, like it went the distance a couple times. It was like or maybe
6
one
minutes.
time. Yeah, it was like 6 minutes. So
Yeah.
this is like a lot of fighting. I got to experience that. I got to experience like pushing myself. Pushing myself hard. It was tough. It was tough. Came up short. Which is tough because you work hard. But no matter how hard you work, you do everything right. There's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. But you want me to talk about the actual fight or just?
No, that's good,
Okay.
man. I like what you're saying. I think it being ringside to that, man. They talk about it all the time. It's like it's not how you start, it's how you finish, kind of thing. And I get it. Like we're in a limited time, so you have to start and finish quickly and well, whatever. A lot of people in the crowd were saying that they thought you won. I'm biased for whatever. Maybe I am biased. I don't care. I really love the kid. So yeah, I think he won. I think Chase won. I think and Eddie, dude, to the guy Eddie who you fought, props. Mad props, man. You pushed him for 15 minutes. But those last 5 minutes was just a mauling. You know what I mean? There was maybe at least the last 3 minutes at least was a mauling. It was like they could have been finished. It could have been stopped. It would have been justified if the referee had stopped it at any point. I think you were doing enough to finish it. And if it had gone another 10, 13, 15, 20 seconds, whatever it is, I think it would have been over. But it didn't, and it got stopped. And the two judges decided that Eddie had done enough. Eddie had some good takedowns. He did well.
He cut me. He got a couple cuts. Maybe that was a factor, just like looking at it. Yeah, looking at it. I feel like I cut easy, man. I got another cut right here. just training,
Yeah.
Not even sparring, but I mean, yeah, that's one thing. And also, he's a good fighter. He got a lot of takedowns. I mean, did he do a lot with the takedowns? I mean, no, but I don't think so. But he's he was it was a tough test,
Yeah.
And and no nothing bad to the guy. I said the only thing I said after was, hey, thank you for pushing me, man. You made me better because I was thinking about you every day, every day leading up to it. I was like, this guy wants to, he wants to hurt me. So I gotta be prepared. I better be prepared. And when it's all over, no bad blood or ill will, just respect,
Yeah.
But more motivated to get better, maybe a bit more intelligent, gain some fight more intelligently, maybe get better.
You understand the scoring even, because sometimes we don't talk about that enough, and it's like you do have to realize like, okay, they might have scored that this way, they might have scored that, and it's hard to think about that in the middle of a fight. But as like you get more experience, like I know I think about it. I'm like, I don't know if I did enough to win that round. I gotta like really pick it up the next round or finish, whatever. That stuff comes. I thought you did phenomenal. I thought it was a great fight to watch. Definitely gave everyone their money's worth. If it was just that fight you saw that night, it would have been worth your ticket price. So that in that sense, I think you did a great job. Let's talk about the fight before that, your debut. I don't think we ever talked about that on film yet. So how'd that go?
That went a little bit better. I mean,
better.
I guess every fight, because you could talk about that fight and then talk about the fight that just happened, and it's like, okay, I won my pro debut. Mm-hmm. We won by knockout in like a little over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then this one fight went 15 minutes, but like even after the first fight, we're still like, okay, what could I have done better? Like, cause I got hurt, you know.
Yeah.
And I had to compose myself. I got hurt good too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That my legs were under me for a little bit. I was able to come back, you know, and then I feel once I was able to gain my momentum and press forward, then I was able to get the finish, you know. But
so in that fight, you said it was only 3 minutes, man, but there was a ton of action.
Yeah.
And you fought against a really, I don't know, his record probably isn't like huge, but he's a very, very experienced young man in fighting, and he had. I think he was 2-0 when he was facing you, or was he 3-0?
I think 2-1.
2-1?
2-1, yeah.
Okay, so, you know, it's funny because you hear that and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound like a guy who's experienced. But he had an extensive amateur career. He's 2-1 as a pro, trains at CMMA, which is a huge gym up in LA. Really great team, really good coaching.
Couple finishers too, I believe.
Yeah. He's a finisher, he's a killer. And so he goes out there, he clips you with, was it like a left uppercut?
Yeah, it was. I was circling to my right, and then he just snuck in. It was like a little shovel uppercut.
Okay.
And I didn't even see it. I didn't like it. I feel like it glanced off my hand or like just touched my chin. Yeah. I didn't see it though. Like it was. I never like people don't really throw that punch a whole lot, at least at me, you know. So it just clipped me, boom, and then I was rocked. Kind of fell back into the ropes like oh shit, but
but you recovered.
Yeah, recovered. Yeah, I remember like for a bit I was like, oh man, like I'm rocked. Like I gotta he's standing right there. I gotta fight. Like I gotta get him off me. You know, I gotta fight right here. Or dude's gonna finish me. Like,
right.
And then so we were fighting, and then eventually, you know, he was putting it on me too. Thankfully, you know, my wits were still kind of about me, and I was like defending most of his strikes, firing back. And then I remember I hit one point where I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I'm good, you know. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, dude, like it's been like maybe a couple minutes, like, but I was like, I'm ready to do this for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like whatever, like I'll take all your shots, whatever. I'm ready to do this for 15 minutes. And then I was able to pressure him. Oh yeah, and then I was able to pressure him and then drop him. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. Yeah, I forgot about that. I dropped him and then
momentum shifted.
Oh
no, now it's going this way, and you kept it up.
But that dude was tough, man. I dropped him and then he just shot right away, like got right back up.
Yeah.
Was pressuring me still, you know.
Yep.
And then I was able to land a couple punches on him. The third punch landed. It was like, boom. I tried to counter it, slip the jab, threw 3 punches, and then the little right hand landed right as he landed a body kick. So, yeah.
So he was on one leg, clipped him with the right hand, put him out.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when you, I'm sure you know this, like when you hit somebody like that, you're like hit him and you're like, whoa, like where'd they go?
Yeah.
You know? It's not like, yeah, boom, you know, and you're like, yeah, that one was like gonna land, you know, you're like, boom, when you hit him and you're like, oh damn, like that shit must have just landed good.
Yeah. No, I know exactly.
Yeah.
I've actually clipped someone, and in my head I was like, I'm gonna hit him with the left hook, and then I just swung in the air, and I'm like, oh, they're on the floor already. I didn't know that it landed like that.
Yeah.
It is weird like that, right? You think it would feel some type of way, and then it doesn't, but they still go out, and you're like, oh, okay, well. I guess job done. Like
it feels like you hit nothing. Like,
yeah,
legit nothing.
It's weird, man. Fighting is it's a trip when you're in there and the adrenaline's pumping. But yeah, so you got a huge knockout victory in your debut, and I mean honestly, man, I think you're gonna get a lot more of those. I think you're gonna land a lot more of those right hands because in practice, it's what happens, you know. And so like when I watch a guy like Chase push through adversity in his debut, push through adversity in his second fight, maybe he didn't get the nod, whatever, but he ended up on top in the third round and ready to finish. I see a guy who's just not going to quit, you know, and just giving reference, I'll even use myself. When I first started, I had a lot of quit in me. I think if I got dropped like that in some of my fights, I would stop. You know, I would take that out. I would be like, okay, well, all right, I got dropped. You know, I guess I lose. And you don't. You didn't have that at all, man. It was awesome. What is that like? I mean, if you can even, I don't even know if you can put it into words, but that competitive drive, that force that you bring, where does that even come from?
Like just get,
Bro,
like get hurt and just keep going.
Yeah, bro. You got.
I mean,
that's a real skill. That's a real skill. Not to quit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I was always growing up. I always felt like I was always the little guy. You know, I was always and I always had like a little bit of like a chip on my shoulder. Like, oh, they're fucking like they're counting me out.
Yeah.
They're counting me out. Like I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them. That's like kind of how I grew up in skating too. You know, like. Throwing myself downstairs, like, you don't get it. I'm like, dude, you're just gonna go until you're broken. You can't go no more. Like this.
The demons in your head.
Yeah, the demons too. They help a lot too, you know.
For sure.
But just that, like having a little bit of a chip and yeah, I'm gonna show them. I mean, like, yeah, you're not done until you're like done, really, you know. So if there's like I can see and there's breath coming out of me. I'm breathing. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, it's funny. I see it when you run too. Like it's funny. Like some guys run hard and they get tired. Or whatever. Like this dude just keeps running. Now you know he's tired, but he's not stopping. Like, even today we're sparring. I'm kicking you in the stomach. I'm like, come on, man, slow down, slow down. There's just no slowing down. It just keeps going. That's pretty rad, dude.
And also, I mean, just training here, like, you know, that's it also like toughened me up as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
I do know.
Like I don't know. I would say all those factors just were all contributing. You know, and then also like, you know, like like if you say you're gonna do something, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it like I'm gonna give it everything. You know.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is if I agree to do that, then that's part of how do I say this? Like that's part of it, you know. If I agree to do this fight, then I'm gonna give it like everything, including that's like leading up to it and in there as well, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's huge. I see
being the smaller guy too. Yeah.
No, but I see a lot of guys, and they'll like get to the fight and they feel like that's enough. Like, oh, I made weight, I'm here, I showed up, and then it's almost like the body tunes out. Like they're not ready to actually go do it, especially in the beginning, right? Especially in the amateurs and all that. But you cultivating that willpower, whatever you want to call it. It's for one, it's really cool to see. It's really cool to be around that kind of energy. If you guys don't know someone like that and you're not around them on a daily basis, like, man, it's different. It's a really different thing. And it's cool to see you kind of like take that into the cage because you embody the spirit of it, man. It's fucking rad. Okay. Enough giving you props. Stop being nice to you here.
That's all it is. Just being nice.
No,
dude.
that's not for real. It's cool. I know you don't have anything booked yet, but when you do, I'll definitely be putting that out there for everyone to see. You guys. He's not a huge social media guy. Doesn't have a ton of posts, but he's worth.
I think I got one.
But he's worth every penny to go watch. So you know, when he fights next, we'll be making announcements and all that stuff too. But Chase Whitmer, look him up online. You're not going to find much, but he's there. Click like his one post. Maybe he'll make another one. Anything else you want to say, man?
I'm thankful. I'm grateful, you know, to have to be here and have this opportunity and to be surrounded by great people, you know, to lead me on this journey, on this path, you know. So I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful, and I couldn't ask for better people to show me the way. So I'm gonna keep working and get this W next time.
Yeah, right on, brother. Thank you, dude.
All right,
Fucking
thank
thanks
you.
for doing this, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Sensei.
Hey, real quick, guys, get out there, do some hard stuff, stay consistent, grow as a person. I mean, just pick anything. It doesn't have to be martial arts. Pick something that's difficult to you, work at it, be a student again. That stuff will bleed into your life, and you're gonna benefit from it for sure. Be like Chase. Hey. Hi. Be like Chase.